Welcome to EP Daily. Today on the show, we've got the first details on a new game from Assassin's Creed producer Jade Raymond.
Plus, we get you into the gift-giving season with part 1 of our holiday shopping special.
And then Marissa and I hit the court for Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Also coming up, Ben and Jose cleanse the Commonwealth with their take on Fallout 4. We save the day with Ken Levine and a look back at Freedom Force and much more today on EP Daily. Brought to you by EB Games. I'm your host, Victor Lucas, bringing you the latest in everything cool every single day. Now, old video game consoles will eventually break down, but the rundown, it lasts forever. One of the people behind Assassin's Creed is carving up something similar. Electronic Arts has revealed that Jade Raymond, former producer of the Assassin's Creed franchise and an EP alum, is overseeing the development of a new open-world action game. They haven't revealed the title or what exactly the game will be about, but have confirmed that it will have massive environments with plenty of Assassin's Creed-style action. EA admits that they haven't done enough in this genre, while rivals like Ubisoft and 2K have been gaining ground. We'll let you know when more details on the new project come in. Jade Raymond became the head of a new EA subsidiary called Motive Studios earlier this year, and they're already rumored to be working on one of the many Star Wars games that EA has in the pipeline. Microtransactions have found their way into another big game. Microsoft and Turn 10 Studios have added microtransactions in the latest update to Forza Motorsport 6. Players can use real-life money to buy in-game tokens, which can then be used to unlock new cars. You'll still be able to earn the same cars the old-fashioned way by actually playing the game, and those of you who hate microtransactions will be happy to know that you can hide them in your menu. In-game microtransactions were first introduced in freemium mobile titles, but are being used more and more regularly in big AAA games. Got a couple of subjects that are often discussed on EP. We've got microtransactions, and Jade Raymond here to help me talk about that today is my pal Scott Jones. What do you think about microtransactions in AAA games, my friend?
Well, I think it's something that we all kind of naturally get upset about. I think anytime anybody reaches for your wallet, even in a virtual kind of way, I think it's very alarming for all of us. But you know, the truth is, I've been playing video games for a very long time, and video games used to be the same price they are now back 20 years ago,
yeah.
and you know, the price hasn't really gone up. So game companies making games is more expensive than it's ever been before. These aren't just 16-bit enterprises. These are huge open worlds filled with all kinds of minutia, and so if they can make an extra $1 or $2 to support their next project, they're going to try it. I think you just have to be more discerning as a gamer as we go forward in the future. What are you going to spend your money on? What are you not going to spend your money on? Decide and then follow that path. Even the word microtransactions, I don't know how we decided this was the word, but it's just not very flattering.
It's a terrible word. All right, well, Jade Raymond has been back in the news in video games. She doesn't stay away from the news for very long. And it's great to see this new EA, actually. I'm really kind of impressed with this this revitalized company that is kind of trying to get into stuff that they normally don't. I mean, they surprised me with that Unravel reveal, and now we're hearing that they want to get into the open world space in a much bigger way. That's exciting to me.
Yeah, I love that EA is making the moves that it's making, and I love the fact that they've got Jade Raymond on their side making some of those moves. And Amy Hennig. But I'm huge fans of both of those women. And you know, I just feel like the EA is about to have a huge moment. They are making steps. They're making strides.
It's impressive, and I think it's a big statement that people of the caliber of Jade Raymond are in there trying to come up with new concepts for this company. It's going to be interesting days at all of those studios.
I'm a big fan of EA again. I was kind of down on you guys for a few years, but I'm in.
Yes, well, you know what's on the way very shortly, the holiday season, and we've got some tips to help you with some of your shopping. Welcome to the first of our 5 in a series called Holiday Shopping Week. We are gonna help you find perfect gifts for game fans that want cool stuff this holiday season. We're gonna start with Nintendo today for the Wii U and the 3DS. Marissa, and you want to say something about Animal Crossing, so now's your chance. Go.
Well, you spoiled everything.
Sorry.
Nobody out there knew that I was going to recommend Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. I just love this game. It's brought me so much joy, and I feel like this is great for anybody that first is picking up a 3DS. If you have a little niece or even a nephew that wants to jump into this, it's very easy to pick up and understand.
Yeah.
And and I feel like it's a really great introduction to Animal Crossing as well. So going from this, you can really find your way through the Animal Crossing world if you want to pick up New Leaf after this.
Okay, so Animal Crossing, that's all we're talking about with Animal Crossing.
The whole show is Animal Crossing, right?
That's it. Are you done? Did you get it all out there?
You want more?
No, that's it. That's more than enough.
This is the year for the new 3DS, and it started off our year and actually was a good part of the beginning episodes of EP this season, and actually was some great news at the beginning of the year. We needed it. And there were some games like The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, right?
Yeah, you know, I've been a huge fan of the Zelda series for many, many moons at this point. And speaking of moons, there's a huge one in Majora's Mask, and it's a scary one, has a face on it.
Yep.
It's got all kinds of textures. Maybe it has an acne problem, I don't know. But it's coming towards you. And this is the version of Majora's Mask that has been retooled and it's been fine-tuned just for the new 3DS.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, I love the new 3DS. I think I've never been a huge fan of the 3D effect, but with this machine, somehow Nintendo has done something to make it all very palatable. I can't turn away here, my friend, especially when playing Majora's Mask.
Yeah, big time. And that was, I think, the best of the launch titles with the machine when it came out earlier this year. But there were two other big ones: the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which is absolutely gorgeous, and the 3D effects work great. Combat simplified, super fun and accessible. And then they ported the Wii classic Xenoblade Chronicles, made that 3D, and squished it all down into a 3DS cartridge, and it also ran wonderfully on the new 3DS. You can also play cute little games like Box Boy too, which you love. Right?
I love Box Boy. I think they did a great job with this game. If you look at the visuals on it, it's very simple, looks hand-drawn almost. Yeah. There's definitely less is more with the aesthetic here. Yeah. I love the puzzles. I like the cerebralness of the whole experience. And I think for the holidays, you want a gift, you want somebody who appreciates beautiful, simple games, Box Boy is the game for you.
Absolutely. Now, the Wii U was no slouch this year. One of all of our favorites, especially you and I, Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh my God, I love Yoshi's Woolly World so much. If you can pair Yoshi's Woolly World with one of the Woolly Amiibos and give someone a gift like that, I mean, especially someone like me, I would lose it. This game is great for anyone of any age. You really have a lot of fun with this game, not only by yourself, but with friends. I just feel like it's a great gift overall. You can't go wrong with Yoshi's Woolly World.
The big heavy hitter, though, I think this year from Nintendo on either platform is Super Mario Maker, which I think is going to be this perpetual franchise for Nintendo. I don't see it going away.
No, I don't. I think you're exactly right.
Because they keep making great new things for it.
You know, the thing is, the holidays are really for expressing your love for one another. This is your chance to build someone who means a lot to you a level in Mario for them.
Great idea.
Yeah, I'm going to build one for you.
Mario time.
Another Wii U game that I think didn't get enough love that I absolutely adored is Kirby Rainbow Curse, which had a kind of a claymation type of vibe. I play this with my daughter, and she just goes crazy for the creativity of just, you know, swiping through all the levels with the stylus and the look and feel of it.
I think the thing with Nintendo is, and it's the perfect marriage for the holidays. Like all of Nintendo's characters fit so well into the holiday time of the year.
And they're also so unique, and a perfect example of that is Codename Steam. And you can throw in the amiibos on the new 3DS and pull in some Fire Emblem characters into this game, and it doesn't make any sense, but that's kind of the wonder of the game, is a Victorian era steampunk turn-based strategy RPG with some shooter elements. It's a total crazy game.
Splatoon is great for everyone as well. And it's a shooter, but it's a shooter that I feel like is an introductory shooter for people that have never really played before.
You know, another game that I can't kind of stop thinking about, we reviewed this together. It's Affordable Space Adventures, and in this game you control a spaceship and you got to get it through all of these subterranean caverns, and your ship, you have to kind of power it up over the course of the game.
Incredible ideas, and honestly, Nintendo had a fantastic year this year. And if you've got a friend or a family member out there that doesn't have one of these systems, there's tons to get and tons to enjoy there.
Oh my God, get them a system for Christmas.
Well, if you get them a Wii U, there's the other thing that I'm going to tack on is get Mario Kart with all the downloadable content that came out this year, and that is endless amounts of fun too. So there are some Nintendo ideas for you. Tomorrow, we're going to have some PlayStation ideas.
And listen, we've got to take a quick break, but when we return, Ben Silverman and Jose Sanchez, they've got a second opinion of Fallout 4. You're not going to want to miss it. See you after this.
If you are injured, please remain calm.
R2-D2, where are you? Hi, I'm Bruce Timm. I'm a producer slash designer, director, writer at Warner Brothers Animation. God, my Star Wars memory. I have so many. I was exactly the right age for the Star Wars movie when it first came out. I was like 16, and I think I'd always waited for a movie like that my entire life. First time I saw the movie was at the Avco Embassy Theater in Westwood with a bunch of my friends from high school. Typical cliche story, you know, the Star Destroyer blasting off over your head and all that stuff, but it was amazing. It was fresh, it was fun, it was sci-fi in a way that I'd always wanted to see on the big screen, so yeah, 1977 was a pretty big year for me.
There's one. Set for stunt.
Oh man, that guy really is a legend. Just being around him, you can sense his legendary aura.
You know, two other people who have legendary auras are Ben Silverman and Jose Sanchez. They've got a second opinion of Fallout 4. Can't wait for this.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Well, Ben and I have decided to come out of the vault to talk about one of the most highly anticipated games of the year. That game, obviously, is Fallout 4. Ben, it is out now.
Yeah.
It is all over but the crying. Have you been sleeping at all? Because I haven't.
Look, Jose, I don't want to set the world on fire.
I don't either.
I just want to talk about Fallout 4. Now, this is a huge game, not just in terms of its hype. It's obviously one of the most hyped games of the year. It's a huge game.
It's huge.
These games are always huge, so it's always a little hard to talk about them and review them because everyone's experience is a little different. You know, like you take different missions, you explore different things. But one thing I will say about Fallout 4 that really impresses me is that the story, the core narrative, is I think the best that Bethesda's ever done.
Please remain calm if you are injured. Please remain calm if you are injured.
I really loved that they were able to tell a narrative that was interesting to follow, because I thought in Fallout 3 and in some of the other open world games that they've made, it's so easy to get off track. Now, it's easy to get off track here.
I was going to say, yeah.
But that narrative kept me coming back. This is the first time we've ever seen the world prior to the explosion that turned this into Fallout. And we only have like 15 minutes there.
Maybe.
And this is like, I don't know how many hours. Let's say 150 hours.
It depends on how long it takes you to create your face.
Right.
I was literally
that could take 2
at the beginning
hours.
thing. I was like, oh my god, that nose isn't right. Hold on, I'm looking in the mirror, actually looking in the mirror, trying to.
Granted, you could spend a lot of time customizing your character, but I kind of wish that we had more time to spend wandering around the pre-apocalyptic world, because we're going to spend 100 hours in the post-apocalyptic one. How about an hour? How about an hour of me running some missions in this hyper-stylized kind of 50s futuristic place? I know, right?
Better go get some cereal.
I loved it, and I wanted to spend more time there, but they really rush you through that, spit you out of the vault into the world.
It's Fallout, right? It's like they don't really have to do very much to the gameplay itself, because people are like, I want to play Fallout. I can't wait for the new Fallout. I want it to be like previous Fallout. And it is very much so like previous Fallout, except the story mode, or the story within the game, I felt was a little bit more compelling, and it kept me wanting to continue on through the wasteland, where I would like, okay, I'm going to start a mission, and then I'm walking through the map, and I see a blip that's not quite where I'm supposed to go. I'm like, well, I better go explore that in case I need to fast travel there later. And then you just keep doing that, and you keep doing that, and before you're done the first mission, you're 12 hours wandered into the thing you're trying to unlock. I'm like, psh, I've got like 50 locations unlocked. Pretty much got them all. I'm about 250 right now. I just don't know when it stops.
Unlocking
I don't know when it
locations.
stops. I can't stop, man.
Yeah.
I literally can't stop. I have been playing Fallout like my character in the game, where I sleep for maybe 2 hours, and then I wander the wasteland for like 30. I'm like, maybe I should give this guy some rest.
I mean, look, it does that, right? Fallout 4 does what Fallout 3 did, what New Vegas, what all these great open world games that Bethesda makes does. It sucks you into its world. It does not let go. It gets its teeth into you, and you just want to keep playing it. I think in that sense, it's a resounding success. Well, look, Fallout 4 is a lot of things, Jose. It's an open world role-playing game. It's a game about hoarding. It's a game about crafting. And more than anything, it's a game that you are not going to want to stop playing. And for that reason, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
I feel your pain, my friend. I'm giving it a 9 as well. It's a pretty good game.
Yes, love spending more time with Fallout 4, especially when I get to spend it with Ben and Jose. Thanks, boys.
We're doing 25 seasons in 25 days, and today, boy, we've got something really cool. This is from season 6. You remember the game Freedom Force? No, of course you don't remember that game. You were a little baby back then.
I was learning how to walk.
But Victor Lucas and Ken Levine, I can't believe this. This is the day those two became friends.
I'm with Captain Irrational, and we're gonna talk about his brand new game, Freedom Force. But first, we gotta take care of some business.
Pylon Man, what are those thugs doing?
Those thugs are beating that guy up. We gotta do something.
Come on, guys, bring it on!
Captain Irrational, can you give us the background on your company?
Irrational Games was founded in 1997 by myself, Rob Fermier, and John Shea.
What's the gameplay in Freedom Force like?
Freedom Force is a tactical RPG featuring a powerful team of 14 superheroes fighting a malevolent menagerie of supervillains.
The coolest thing about this game is that you can create your own superheroes. How much flexibility are you guys allowing?
There will be a lot of flexibility. For instance, we have over 100 powers which you'll be able to use to create any kind of character you want. If you're really excited about doing this, you can use Photoshop and 3D Studio Max to even skin and create your own superhero. For the more enthusiastic players, they'll be able to use our tools to create their own missions.
What about all the destructible objects in the game?
Everything in the game is fully interactive and fully destructible.
Captain Irrational, here comes that big walking ice cube. We gotta take care of him.
Let's take out the trash, Pylon Man.
Captain Irrational and Pylon Man. Ha ha! My lucky day.
How many superheroes can you team up at the same time?
On each mission, you can take up to 4 heroes of your choice.
You've defeated my minions, but now face my cold. These snowballs will slow you do-gooders down.
Job well done, Pylon Man. Catch you next time you're in Boston. Keep your eyes open for the Freedom Force.
You know, seeing all that Freedom Force footage reminded me that we're about ready for a sequel, Ken Levine. So make a note and make the game.
Did you see that?
You were airing
That
out
was
your
an
armpit.
amazing serve. Oh, no, I was doing a little bit of that too, for sure. Don't go anywhere, because after the break, we got our review of Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Hey, bust out those tennis rackets. I know you got them. In fact, I also have my own. I just never used them until now with Super Mario Tennis Ultra Smash.
Well, that's kind of the thing with Mario Tennis is there's been a lot of them. You know, I think the first one that I ever played was on the original Game Boy, and I've played many versions of Mario Tennis over the years, and they're enjoyable. They're all fun. The core mechanics are really solid, and obviously this is the first HD Mario Tennis, but this feels a little slight. We get the Mega Mushrooms, and we can grow and expand, and we've got jump shots, and there's some pretty big power hits and stuff like that you can do, and you can press a couple of buttons and sequence to have a cool animation. You can play singles, you can play doubles, you can play on a variety of courts and unlock different surfaces as you
like a
beat
rally
different
thing
levels.
that you can do to collect coins.
Yes.
All those little things are there, which is great to keep people coming back for more. I think this would be more fun if you had another person to play with.
Yeah, you have to play with somebody else. Yeah, it's very quickly boring if you're playing by yourself. I mean, you can up the difficulty level and you can switch between singles and doubles to kind of change the core game dynamic. And the other thing that they've added here is kind of an amiibo type head-to-head thing where you pop amiibos on and then you're beating characters as they pop up, and you unlock different characters and stuff like that way as well. And there are unlockables, but it just feels like there isn't enough celebration. I mean, you compare this to Mario Kart and just all of the different ways to play, or Smash Brothers, all of the different kinds of modes and different things that you can do to kind of change up the core gameplay, and this doesn't really deliver that. And I think it's fun. I just think that there's not enough meat. It just feels a little slight. You know, Nintendo has given us a lot of these games where it just feels like the feast never ends, and the new kind of things are always popping up to kind of reveal themselves. And this one, it needed to be as robust as any other recent, value-packed Nintendo title. And frankly, it's not. Core fun, but not enough stuff. What are you going to give Mario Tennis Ultra Smash?
Unfortunately, it's getting a 6.
Yeah, 6 from me as well.
If you want more EP, go to our website, epn.tv, for bonus content and full episodes. We're also on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to EP Daily. It's time for our Twitter question of the day. This one's from Kindle Lavelle. Fallout 4 is awesome, one of the prettiest Xbox One, PS4 games out there. Is it wrong of me to still be disappointed in graphics on the consoles? Maybe this is a PC gamer that's just not getting enough out of the machines on the Xbox and PS4?
Well, I don't know. I've never been one to place a real premium on visuals and graphics. We always talk about them on the show, but I try to shy away from that. I try to stay away from those kinds of conversations.
Yeah.
You're much more of a visual guy than I am.
Well, I mean, what's definitely very true about this current console generation is that the last generation was so good that they couldn't have this brand new ceiling for them to go. I mean, everything's a little bit more refined. You can see further.
Yes.
But last gen was pretty damn good looking.
I remember the first time I saw Fight Night for the Xbox 360, and I just thought, wow, this is a different world now.
Yeah.
And it's true. Going to the PS4, the Xbox One, it is just a little bit like this far. Well, it's not this far. It's this far.
I mean, the games are starting to look a little closer to the pre-rendered sort of cutscenes in real time, which is great. But we can still ask for better, certainly. Absolutely. We can still ask for better. That's why there will likely be a sequel to the Xbox and the PlayStation.
We don't need better. We just need better games. We don't need great visuals. We need great games.
Absolutely. Well, listen, that was a great question. If you want to get caught up on the show and ask us questions, go to our website, epn.tv.
That's it for today's episode, but tune in tomorrow. We take a closer look at the latest game in the Just Cause franchise. It's Just Cause 3.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
EP would like to thank its sponsors, Nintendo, Xbox. EP's mobile coverage is brought to you by Gameloft, makers of Asphalt 8 Airborne, which you can play on your Android or iOS device for free right now.
I'm seeing Rico flying through the air.
Yes.
So how often do we get to bust that move out?
One of the core tenets of what we're trying to do with Just Cause is allow the player the motion that they want at the moment that they want it. You have kind of the three core modes of transportation for him that are not vehicle related, which is his grapple hook, his parachute, and now the new wingsuit.